Well, welcome back. Look who decided to show back up again. All right, well, welcome back to the channel. So this episode, we're pretty much gonna be going through the manifold that I ended up getting probably a few months back. I've seen them before, never was really interested, didn't think I'd get that far, but yeah, we're there. So right now we have a 1.6 liter intake manifold on, and that's exactly what this one is. I got a box of parts years ago with a bunch of spare things in it, including an intake manifold. So I've just stole bits and pieces from this over the years, but yeah. So this is the smaller boy for 1.6, pretty standard, nothing crazy going on there. I think this was in the US and overseas. And then we have the USDM, or the EDM or the JDM 1.6 intake manifold. So it's definitely different, slightly. This one has obviously already been modified to a degree. It's already been ported and polished throughout on each one. So I'm pretty happy about that. It looks a little bit different. It's actually a little bit cleaner of a look, in my opinion. You don't have this piece where you need to get a block off, which is what I have right now as a reference for what's going on. So that way it gives me a little bit more room and I don't have to take this off every single time to get to, I guess, my fuel rail or any of that stuff. So now it's just gonna be a smooth finish with nothing on it. And then we have our block off, which we can utilize for well, essentially that's what this is for. That's exactly what that was, which was blocked off on mine as well, just as a reference. So we don't need that. We'll still use the catch cans that we have right now. We still need to fix that. Still need to get the dash 10 line to go back across over to the top, and then we'll be set there. But the beauty, besides all the cleanup and the porting and the polishing, which will definitely reap some benefits, the biggest one is that you can use the 1.8 inlet instead of 1.6. So let me see if I can find the 1.6 inlet real quick. Ah, yes, okay. So here's our 1.6 inlet with all the basic stuff on it. Nothing super crazy going on here. But yeah, it's pretty small in comparison. Just a small opening in general. It looks big on camera, but pretty small. It's my finger for reference, hand, all that stuff. But now we're gonna go to a skunk 64 millimeter inlet, which will be mated perfectly with this. So it's gonna be a lot bigger of an opening if that wasn't already apparent. Put this down. We'll probably place this inside of it, honestly, but there's stuff in the way. But a big thing that a lot of people change this out for is because the bolts, which you can see in here, are kind of rusted out for the throttle body. We basically get replacements, and we don't have to worry about those backing out or anything of that nature, hopefully. Fingers crossed for all that, hopefully. So we have a few block off plates here. We have our block off that's on the bottom for the intake air control valve. There you go, which is essentially right there, which you can get a 1.8 one to utilize for this, but I'm blocking mine off because I already have mine blocked off on the 1.6 today. So we're gonna block that off. This piece came from Speed Saga Engineering. Appreciate it. He's been helping me out and get all this stuff together for a while now, so much appreciation for him. But yeah, the only thing I think that I'm gonna do different is I'm going to essentially just chop this top piece off, just kind of grind it straight, so that way it's just a little bit cleaner of a look. This can be used on a 1.8 throttle body. There we go, goodness. And then the other piece that we'll need to do, because this obviously has a block off here for water, this just has no section for water. It's already been shaved off, so we're good there. I pretty much have a couple block offs because this is now a 1.8. Essentially like a 1.8 intake. Has the EGR port, need to block that off. And then the last bit of this, which is right here. Don't mind my pants situation, is rocks. But yeah, need to block that off too, which also came from Speed Saga. So we'll be able to go ahead and throw those pieces on nice and easy. Block that off, put some silicone behind it or some RTV behind it, and then we'll throw that on. So the last thing that I'm waiting on, oh, actually, I'm not waiting on, I forgot to show you guys. I already got, oh, this is more stuff I got for the skunk intake manifold. Don't need it, I need these, but that's about it. We have our fuel line. So we're gonna run this, essentially. I didn't like the way this was looking, honestly, with the hard line, because the hard line is just kind of just here. I'm not really liking that overall, so I'm gonna take both hard lines out, or all three, because I still haven't taken out the old one that was here. Take that one out, take this one out, and take this one out, and then I'm gonna run a hard line from both ends, essentially all the way back, straight to the far back. So I'll have to take the hard top off, we'll have to do that again, but I'll like that look a lot better, and yeah, I think it'll look a lot cleaner, and that way I can actually access things a little bit easier under there too. So, but for now, we can go ahead and slap this intake manifold together real quick, and then get on our way. That's done. Nice little RTV sandwich we got going on. So now we have our block ops done. I need to put some stuff on these. I think I'm going to utilize probably one of these, but yeah, need to block those off. We can put the gasket that came with our skunk intake manifold with it. Oh, it's over here already. Yeah, we need to put our gasket on for the back of this, and then we can slap that on too, and then we'll have a manifold. So we have our gasket. So I need to put some RTV on that, but then we have our manifold. So we'll just basically line these up so that way they're the same. And then we'll go ahead and slap this on the back of that with the bolts that came with it. And then, yeah, we should be ready to rock and roll from here. Cool. That is upside down. Cool. Oh, no, it's not. That's right side up. So cool. Maybe on the other side. I think it's just because I didn't expect this to stick out as far as it does. So cool. Got the bottom piece on. Oh, nice. 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 Put a little bit of that extra silicone. Flat part is on the bottom. But we need to grind this down before we do anything with it. So, all right, so we can see it's fine down here. Oh, sorry, there we go. It's fine down here, the holes line up, no problem. We just have this top one, which will be beneficial for 1.6, or I think maybe a 1.8, but I don't need it for this, so we're just gonna mark that off and then chop it off. So we have our line marked off. We'll go ahead and use our bandsaw just to chop it off, and then we'll clean up the edges a little bit with either sandpaper or the grinder that we have. So.
I love you, Polly.
Nice and flat. It's actually probably one of the better cuts I've ever made. So happy when you take your time, I guess, huh? So let's test it out. Oh yeah, much cleaner, much cleaner. So we'll just sand it down a little bit because it's aluminum, so it should come out pretty easy. But just to make it flat, and then we can slap it on with some silicone. And then actually, since cutting that off, this fits better and kind of in a cleaner way on the side. So this is the way that was before. Still fits obviously because the holes are in the same spot. But I just think the bulkier part being at the bottom kind of looks cleaner. So I'm gonna flip it. All right, so we got it. Where's the hardware fix? You can always change it again later. Cool. Got it nice and sealed up. We're looking good. So now, this is ready for the most part to go in. So we have all of our block offs on up here, right here. Oh, this thing is heavy. And then on the back side as well. So now we're ready to pull the intake manifold off, almost. So all I need, now that we have this, I need to order my my fuel filter, so that way I can get rid of the hard lines and everything. An intake manifold gasket, and then I think that's it. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. So that's it for this one. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and we'll get the fuel going. We'll be ready to go here pretty soon. So peace. Enjoy the build season.